So, today I want to talk about something important. Nowadays, in most martial arts schools around the world, the main concern is self-defense. And it's logical and it's needed. If you see the main cities in the world today, yeah, a lot of people feel unsafe. So that's perfectly fine. In the past, martial arts in, for example, China, were used to protect certain villages. So the fighting aspect is very important. But there was a balance between mind, body, and energy. And this trinity nowadays, unfortunately, is lost. Now, I traveled a lot in Asia. I lived 16 years in China and Hong Kong. And I can tell you that I love Japan. I love Japan as a culture and how they treat topics like respect in the martial arts. In cities like Hong Kong and some cities in mainland China, this is a little bit lost. Now, there's several reasons. The Cultural Revolution is one big reason, but there are others. So, in the past, it would have been very different. Nowadays, just like 10, 15 years ago, actually, it's already longer than that. When I traveled to Guangdong province on the scooter with Cheng Guo, my Sifu, in Low Family Venture, he took me to many Sifus and many villages. And they were teaching me with a cigarette in their mouth, showing me stuff. And I was thinking, whoa, what is going on here? Yeah? Then they drank a lot. So a lot, of that traditional Chinese martial art trinity, obviously, is lost. Now, in my belief, this should be restored. Otherwise, you turn into some kind of modern day MMA, to entertain people in an octagon. Yeah? Give the people games and they are quiet, right? Like in the Roman Empire. Now, in the MMA scene, you have fantastic martial artists, traditional martial artists who really know the way of the martial arts, the traditional trinity. George St. Pierre is one big example, and you have others. But you also have the other side of the coin, right? I'm not going to name any names. But these are the people, really, they entertain these people with kill them, Budweiser on their shirt, kill them, kill. This is not what martial arts should be about. I'm very serious about this. For the people, I want you to open the mind and think. Don't just see an Asian face, an old master, and say, oh, this is a great master. Oh, look how he moves. No, see also how they talk. Very recently, another Sifu was again and again bullied on Facebook. And I was defending him. Again, I'm not going to mention any names. But then I saw a lot of those so-called grandmasters, some already in their 80s, putting comments there on Facebook. Ha ha ha, emojis, laughing emojis, making fun, Ha ha, look at that pole skill. Ha ha, they have no skill at all. Okay, with all respect, if you are a so-called grandmaster, a lineage holder of a style, and in your 80s, and you make these kind of comments on Facebook with these kind of emojis, please sit down, have a seat, and reflect a little bit. Because that's not the example you want to give, Martial arts should be about body, mind, and energy cultivation. I think a big piece, what is missing nowadays in the martial arts, is meditation. And it was always a part, traditionally, of the Chinese internal martial arts, the Japanese, but also in the West. The Greek, the warriors from Sparta, the Romans, they all practiced meditation. Because meditation develops a lot of inner qualities that are needed. Because without it, if martial arts is only about fighting, then I would have quit a long time ago. If after 40 years of martial art, your only concern is putting on gloves and sparring, or how I defend a punch, how I defend a kick, then something is wrong. Something is very wrong. Martial arts is much more than that. The trinity of body, mind, and energy. So don't fall in the trap. There are a lot of good grandmasters in China and in Hong Kong. A lot of respectful ones. A lot of who live by this code of Motak, the Chinese martial arts culture, the ethics, martial arts ethics. But there are some holding the title of grandmaster. We have a lot of students that look up to them, that are lineage holders, that behave like small children on Facebook and social media in general, right? And you can see it when you see the comments. If you see the language they use, it's foul language, it's street language. Now, the final thing I want to say is, Kung Fu once was in the hand of very literate people, very highly educated people. And there were different treasures, right? A real martial artist, they had full ability, full development of body, mind, energy. They were good also in playing music. They were good in writing calligraphy. They were good in fighting, but they were good in many other arts too. They were cultivated persons. And now you see these so-called grandmasters using this foul language, street language. So that whole cultural part, that whole educated part, that whole ethics, honorable part, basically is not there by many. And that is really unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate. Now, for example, right, they have, what I read today on Facebook, right, one of those so-called grandmasters say, Guai Lo, white ghost, they cannot understand Kung Fu anyway. They cannot. And Ha Kwai, the black, they completely can forget it. They cannot understand Kung Fu. Oh well, I tend to disagree. And here is a very nice video of Kevin Lee, who interviewed a Hunga Sifu in USA. Just watch this video. I will put the link in the description. Listen to his explanations. Listen to the enthusiasm and the passion. See how this man loves Chinese Kung Fu and how he helps the Chinese spread their culture in the US. Just see, this man knows what he's talking about. This man has skill. This man is a Ha Kwai. So what? Okay? Racism also has no part in martial arts. Absolutely no part. Okay? Thank you for listening to this rant. I had to get it off my chest. Thank you.